Okay. Now, can I get some mosaic? All right. Cool, cool. Let's say minus 60 seconds. That's odd. Cool. All right. I have my headphones. I have my drawing tablet, which I'm pretty sure is upside down. Check. Yep, always upside down. I think it's because it's made for right-handed people. So, but I am left-handed. I'm a left-handed individual. When last we spoke, I was working away on a short little Make a Terrible Comic Day comic. And I did do that, and I just did not post it. I'll get around to that. It's on paper, because I like drawing with paper. Get a photo of it once my Nikki coins are done. And honestly, it's like one of my favorite things I've ever drawn. So I figured today we'll do more of that. We'll use the method that we established in the previous gathering, and we will try to create more stuff. So, short. That's not how you spell that. Short comic. So I'm thinking maximum 4 panels, most likely 3 panels. If we can do it in 2, that'd be cool. Do like one of these. Maximum panels. Why is this capitals? What did I do? There we go. The little voice of my English teacher from secondary school that lives in my brain told me to type the word 4 instead of typing the number 4. But this is my comic brain board of some kind. Mouse board. That's not right. It's not a mood board. It's fish bones. It's not fish bones. I don't remember the name of it. It doesn't matter. This is my one of those. And so why can't I type? I draw on that. No, don't want that. Doodle. So, last one was Martian Manhunter. I like the DC train. I'm off the top of my head, I'm thinking Red Tornado. Question mark. I'm thinking maybe Steel. Like the Shaquille O'Neal movie, but the comic book character. Um, I'm not that interested in Plastic Man, but it's an option. Throw Plastic Man in a different color, so I know that I'm not really that interested. Who else can I throw in? Hawkman? Okay, hold on, let me turn this music. Bow, bow, ba-na-na-now. Bow, bow, ba-na-na-now. Oh yeah. Let me just dump a link in. I guess the collab server, maybe? I was on Twitter the other day, as I am all days. And a fella who does comics, in the sense of like Garfield, not Garfield, but like that kind of, you know, 4-panel kind of punchy comic, made a little jokey comment about they can't box us into making a terrible comic on just one day. And he was joking, but that's my excuse from now on. Every comic I make is for make a terrible comic day. And then I don't know, do I just hold on to them for a year and release them all at once, or do I just pretend every day is make a terrible comic day? I'll figure it out. But I like the sentiment. Hawkman, I feel there's plenty I could do with Hawkman. I'm imagining him like on one of those like bird things in like a bird cage. He wouldn't be in the bird cage, but this is what they look like, and he's a man. And he's like, no, that's him putting his hands up his ass. That's not what I wanted. How do I do this with like a stick? Good enough. I'll get rid of that. That's not what they look like, by the way. I am heavily inspired by, and by which I mean stealing from Darwin Cook, the very cool artist Darwin Cook. I'm a big fan of his sort of golden age style, sort of tiny bit silver age, mostly golden age DC comic art style. I like that a lot. And so I've basically been trying to ape his style. I'm sure he won't mind. All right, who else do we have? It's like interesting. Ted Kord. Booster Gold. I would love to do a Simon Bass little comic, but I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what I would do with him at all. Elongated Man, I much prefer to Plastic Man. Not in terms of character. I think Plastic Man is more fun. But Elongated Man, there's like I liked him in 52. Who else is kicking about? It's like a Lantern character that's got something that... Kilowog? That could be something. I need to stop naming guys and I need to pick a guy. Maybe Hawkwoman instead. I'm just realizing it's all guys. It's Hawkgirl. I don't know. We'll go with let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like Kilowog. I'm imagining a Kilowog beach, sort of his day off, weekend at Bernie's type thing. Kilowog comic. Why is that centered and that one not centered? There we go. Okay, here's my idea. Let's get a little doodle one going. So, let me switch to text. No, I'll stick to doodling. Hell and Kilowog and introduces himself as the drill instructor. Accidentally kills Hal. In like a fun way, not in like a depressing way. Maybe it drops a big rock on him or something. Kilowog. Does weekend Bernie's style. In text, this is kind of sounding gruesome, but you know, the Weekend at Bernie's movie is not gruesome. There's a sequel where they have like a witch doctor and a chicken, and the body gets like possessed the body of Bernie or something. It's a wild one. Style. Adventure. Um, Wiggles. Around. Well, fight Starro. That's not right. Now he's stuck. I'm not seeing how this is gonna be like a 4-panel thing. This is ballooning. Maybe we try something else. Put this on the back burner. I like this idea though. Green. All right, let's see. What is this? I lock this. All right, what do we have? What do we have? We got something with steel. What can I do with steel? No, What's like a fun? I feel like Red Tornado is one it's he's calling to me. But what do I do with him? Okay, let's have a think about Red Tornado. He is. What the hell? What's his deal? He is robot, of course. Family drama. What else? He has a wife and child. A human wife. He spins. Is possessed by or is partly an ancient deity possessed by ancient space deity? Of wind? What else do they have going on? was doing a Jarvis. Jarvis AI thing. I know Jarvis is like a man, like a real man. Talking about the MCU stuff. Doing a Jarvis AI thing in recent. That is not a spell recent. Recent comic. He has this like Black Ops team, which I'm not too crazy about. That seems like a weird choice. Young Justice stuff. What else is there? Maybe we make it like less comic specific, like something that anybody who's never read a Red Tornado comic. Well, not that there's many Red Tornado comics. I have comic featuring Red Tornado. And they can go, okay, I get what this little 4-panel thing is about. I don't need to read supplementary material. So we're staying away from the Black Ops stuff. We're staying away from this stuff. We're staying away from maybe this and this and this. So it leaves us with he's a robot. He has a wife and child, and he spins. Okay, not a lot. How do you make him different for Vision as well as the problem? Because these are all things that Vision has done or can do. He can spin. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he's in competition with the Vision for oh my god, Automaton. I like this song. What song is this? Easier If We Fly. Man, what cool game. Dispatches. Wow. Sorry, I'm looking at my Nikki score now. I am so close to getting the final gems. Let's see, 1, 2. I can only do 2. Okay. Yeah, I've managed to claw my way back up from what was it, like 5 pulls to 21. So I'm pretty happy about that. It's been like 2 days or something. Anyway, Red Tornado comic. What are we thinking for style inspiration? I like mini marbles, of course. DC Frontier, although I don't think Frontier is particularly fitting. This. What else am I reading? I like New 52. I don't think that's particularly fitting. I don't think that's particularly fitting either. It's like oh, you know what? Astonishing Ant-Man. That could be something. When he's starting up a new job. What job could Red Tornado have? A job. Okay, I think this is something. All right, so new layer. So I'm thinking he has a new job. He's opened a bit. He started a business. What would that business be? Started a business. This is just this is unrelated, but I'm just thinking about now, like, I don't like when they make Red Tornado like a human guy, or they give him like a human body or whatever. I think that's just not very interesting. But that has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Just popped into my head. Okay, started a business. What business would he have? He spins dry cleaners. I'm not really sure what the story would be there. We'll write it down anyway. Dry cleaners, probably not. What else is there that spins? Like fairground? Maybe he's a proprietor of a superhero themed fairground. Carnival rides. How do you do a 4-panel out of that? I like this one. I'm interested in this one. I'll come back to it. Maybe he's just like something normal, like accountant. Accountant's always the one that I could. But I don't really want to do accountant. Put a little X next to that. Dog walker is one that is the mental image of is kind of funny. But I'm not sure why it would be specifically Red Tornado. Oh wait, you know what? You know what? Cats always like sit on warm things, and he's a robot. So maybe like, is it cat sitter? And they just like cozy up to him because he gives off heat and he's not a person. No, I'm not crazy about that. What else could it be? Driving instructor is one that comes to mind, but I don't know. I don't think that's that interesting. I'll write it down anyway. Driving instructor. Maybe he's like Google Maps. I don't know. That feels a bit hokey. Maybe it's not a job at all. I don't want to do two car interior comics back to back, because the last one was also car interior, but also I do really like the idea of like I don't know, Booster and no, it's not. Booster and Blue Beetle, Fire, Red Tornado as a Google Map. Substitute. And he just sits in the back seat. He sits in the back. So I like that one a lot, but also it's too similar to the one I did last, so we'll try something else. No cars. No cars. Let's see, what other jobs are there? Doctor, he'd be a terrible doctor. Also, it's like too close to Baymax. What other jobs are there? Mechanic. We have an auto repair shop. How does that work? A tornado with I know car. Why am I always doing car ones? It's maybe he's like one of those drones that delivers pizzas. Pizza delivery drone. I like that, but I don't know what I would do with it yet. Let's throw one down here. Uh, 7th of July. I feel like there was something on today. I have this gut feeling that I'm forgetting something important. Started a business. What would his business be? I think it has to be something to do with spinning. Robots and spinning. Robots and spinning. Lazy Susan service? Is that anything? I don't think so. I'll write it down anyway. Lazy Susan. Spinning robots. Spinning robots. Pizza oven? No, they're like stone. Maybe he has a pizza oven in his stomach? Tommy Pizza Oven. Partners with who? Who's like a pizza guy? Who would turn him into a Booster Gold comes to mind, but I don't think he would have the know-how to install a pizza oven in Red Tornado. Who's like an aloof robotics man? Aloof roboticist. What about metal men, but they're pizza men? Metal men, but they're pizza men. Pizza delivery men. I don't know. Maybe the metalman is the way to go? What do I do with the metalman? What if Will Magnus is gay and he's describing his ideal partner? Because Platinum, one of the metalmen, who's a lady, is attracted to Will Magnus, which is strange. But Red Tornado job. What was this one? Attributes. So I think we should put those in a folder anyway. The last one was so easy. It was like bam and done. I don't know why this one is so much more hassle. Like, there's definitely, I've had ideas now that I've liked of these ideas, but nothing that scratches the itch, as they say. I'll definitely revisit some of these at a later point. What do I do with the metal man? I feel like the metal men are one that you need to know what the deal is. Like, I have a good metal men joke, I think. But I can't act on it because it requires too much comic knowledge. I'll plot it out anyway, just so that it's out of my brain. So we hit shift and we do one of these, and then we hit shift and we do one of those. Cool. And then we got Magnus and Platinum. And Magnus is just smoking his pipe. Wait, I can't have two that are like guys smoking. This a bit hokey. I don't know what I'm doing with these. Is he a tooth? Why am I doing that to him? There we go. He's in a wide stance, I suppose. That is not how legs work. I don't really like drawing with this drawing tablet. I much prefer a pencil. It feels super limited in what I can achieve in this. Anyway, Will Magnus is doing his thing there. And then Planum is... oh my god. Alright, we zoom. She has a P on her forehead. That's why that's there. Look it up. It's there. It's real. She's asking him, you know, Magnus, what's your type? And he starts describing a man, and then each panel, like she's becoming more what he's describing. I thought that would be fun. And then I don't know. He's gonna say huge dong at the end, but it cuts him off. It says and a huge. He's like, for emphasis, he's going like one of them. He's got his pipe. It's not a good drawing. And then what did I have her as over there? Literally just like a P on her head, and then she's looking a bit more hench. So the joke is that he's gay. That is the joke. And then we go tall. Strong. Oh wait, no, for it to work, she would have to be normal in this one. And then she's tall in this one. I'm not gonna do this one. This is not what the finished product would look like. This is purely just to satisfy the idea in my brain, so I never have to think about it again. That's not true. I'll probably draw this better, but also I don't like the joke. The more I sit with it, the less I like it. I don't know. It's not really my kind of thing. I mean, obviously, I know it came from my brain just now, but the more I sit with it, the more I don't like it. Feels lowbrow. I mean, it is lowbrow, but it's getting like more squat. I'm realizing this is drawn this confusingly. Yeah. What the hell? How does that make sense? There we go. Now it's sideways. This is awful. Anyway, I'm free. I'm free of this idea. That's not true. I'll redraw it later, but like good. Make it violet. Okay, what can I do with Red Tornado? Maybe he's a blender? He's a blender. Oh my god, it's getting very warm. I kind of want to just go for a sleep. But, what is this? Bum bum bum. I get mad sleepy. Super sleepy. What the heck do I do? Maybe I just do something simple with Hawkman. Hawkman is a Birdman. It's very easy to understand. Hawkman. Hawkman is running for president. Yeah, that's what I do. Maybe you just have him run for president, and it's like all of his He's running for Justice League. I like that. He's running for, like, I don't know, Justice League representative. And all of his policies are like bird themed. So he wants more seeds in the cafeteria or something. Hawkman running for Justice League president. More seeds in the vending machines. What else would he do? More seeds in... Are they all seed themed? Is that the bit? More seeds in cafeteria and toothpicks to get seeds out of teeth. Everyone gets and then he wins. Who's his opponent? Who'd be worse than Hawkman? Someone that eats like bugs, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to do the Robot Chicken bit where it's like everybody just likes Batman. I hate Batman. Who'd be like the worst guy to have a Booster Gold, I think. Booster is his opponent. Let's Flanderize the hell out of Booster Gold. Oh yeah. Bum bum ba. Beep bum bum ba. Beep. Beep bum ba. Skabadum ba. Okay, so I'm thinking this whole chunk, I want to get a third color. I get a third color? Let's get a third color. So this whole chunk happens in one panel. No, that's unrealistic. Let's go with this bit. One panel. And then this bit. One panel. I'm realizing a problem now. They look the same. I need to pick a different color. This is becoming illegible. There's one panel. And then we have the winning panel here. That's one panel. And then the final panel is, it's just like a sad, dilapidated poster of Booster Gold. One panel. Okay, I like this. So I'm thinking it's like panel. Hawkman's running for president. Doesn't matter if it's not right. Doesn't matter. Doodle. So Hawkman is, he's giving out his thingies. What was it again? He's running for president, and they list all this stuff. Oh, but I want like a reaction panel. I don't think this can be 4. Unless I make the first one like Hawkman. I feel like I want to have him on the left. Silly helmet. Give him like a top hat. Is Abe Lincoln had a top hat? And he's like, vote for me. And somebody else says, what are your policies? I don't know who it would be. Oh, sorry. What are your policies? And then he says bird stuff. I don't think it fit bird stuff in that bottom bit, but maybe. Bird stuff. And then there's like a visible ... so that we can lead into the reveal. I don't know, maybe Batman there? Or Ted Kord? Also a Ted Kord. He's too high up there, but it doesn't matter. And then panel 3, he's like being carried by a bunch of people. There's confetti. Confetti. I think we should do this and like move it closer. And then he's like, how did he win? No, that doesn't work because I want to have it be like maybe I move this one to the final panel. Here. We change his face to like happy. He's in on it. He's happy that the Birdman won. That Hawkman is now. And he's curled up in the fetal position, which is knees like that. And the knees are up to the chest. And he's sad. Because no one voted for him. Yeah, everybody's happy. It's the backs of their heads. Let's do that so it looks less like an eye. Maybe eyeball. Yay. And they're throwing him into the air. Maybe Booster Gold comes in and he's like, or you could vote for me. Vote for me instead. Aha! Vote for me. All right, this is it. This is the one. I like it. I just gotta figure out how to draw his stupid Hawkman helmet. Let's add some motion lines here. Hue, hue, hue. I want to move this guy up. Excellent. Now I can draw this, but like good. I'm feeling good about this. This is... Do you need some comic knowledge? Yes. To know who Hawkman is, who Booster Gold is, who Blue Beetle is. But it doesn't matter. This is the one I'm happy with the most. I will now redraw this, but like good. Not Stickman. Alright, that's me done here for the day, I think. Thanks for sticking around if you stuck around. See you fellas another time. Where's the button?